Imagine this. A silent machine glides through the night sky. No warning, no sound until it's too late. It carries explosives, but that's not all. It carries eyes, it carries ears, and it sends every piece of information back to Moscow in real time. This is not science fiction. This is happening right now in the war in Ukraine. Vladimir Putin has taken the drone war to a new level with two devastating tricks that make Russian drones more lethal than ever before. The story of how drones are transforming this war is not just about technology. It's about survival. It's about a battlefield where every night swarms of machines take flight and where entire cities wait in fear of the buzzing in the sky. Today, we are diving into the secret upgrades, the deadly tactics, and the brutal reality of Russia's drone warfare, and why experts say these two new tricks could change modern combat forever. Since the very beginning of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, drones have played a central role. At first, they were mostly used for surveillance. Drones watched the movements of tanks, mapped the front lines, and guided artillery fire. But quickly, both sides discovered that drones could do much more. They became flying bombs, cheap to produce, relatively easy to operate, and terrifyingly effective. Almost every night, Russia launches waves of Iranian-made Shahed drones across Ukrainian skies. Sometimes dozens, sometimes more than 100 in one night. They fly low, hugging the terrain, trying to slip past radar. Their targets are Ukraine's power plants, its water systems, its military bases, and sometimes even civilian neighborhoods. The goal is clear: to wear down Ukraine's defenses, to keep the people in constant fear, and to overwhelm the country's air defense systems. Ukraine has responded with remarkable success. Its air defense units have shot down large numbers of these drones, in some cases more than 70 in a single night. Videos show the sky lit up with tracer fire and explosions as drones are intercepted. And yet, the problem remains. Not every drone is stopped. Even if just one or two break through, they can hit critical infrastructure and cause devastating blackouts or explosions. But now, Russia is pushing its drone war to the next level, and this is where the two tricks come in. The first trick is what military analysts call the return channel. These drones aren't just flying bombs anymore. They are flying sensors. They send real-time data back to command centers in Russia, sometimes directly to Moscow. That means the operators don't just launch a drone and hope for the best. They see what the drone sees. They can adjust flight paths mid-mission. They can redirect the drone toward a better target. They can even coordinate multiple drones to strike from different directions at once. Think about the implications. For Ukraine, it's no longer enough to simply track the physical drone. Now, every drone is also a live stream, a flying spy. Shooting it down stops the weapon, but not before it may have already transmitted critical intelligence back to Russia. And disrupting that connection requires advanced electronic warfare, equipment Ukraine doesn't have in unlimited supply. The second trick is stealth and deception. Russian drones are learning to become elusive. They don't fly straight anymore. They zigzag. They hug the ground. They use valleys, forests, and rivers to hide from radar. They release electronic noise to jam sensors, creating false signals on Ukrainian screens. In some cases, they fly in patterns designed to trick air defense crews into wasting expensive missiles on decoys. Every successful evasion increases the chances that at least some drones will hit their targets. Together, these two tricks, data transmission and deception, make Russian drones far harder to stop. They're not invincible. Ukraine is still shooting many of them down. But the odds are shifting, and every percentage point counts when cities are on the line. Ukraine is not giving up. The country is racing to develop new countermeasures. Electronic jamming units are being deployed to cut off the return channel. New radar systems are being tested to detect small, low-flying targets. Specialized anti-drone teams are using everything from anti-aircraft guns to improvised drone hunting drones of their own. There have even been reports of experiments with trained birds of prey, hawks and eagles, to literally snatch drones from the sky. It sounds medieval, but in this war, every option is on the table. Still, these defenses come at a price. Air defense missiles can cost hundreds of thousands of dollars each, while a Shahed drone may cost Russia only $20,000. The economics favor the attacker. And with each new upgrade, Russia is making its drones cheaper, deadlier, and harder to detect. One of the clearest demonstrations of drone power came in what the Ukrainians called Operation Spiderweb. In a rare move, Ukraine's intelligence services released footage of a long-range drone mission. Viewers could see the entire flight, from launch deep inside Ukraine, across hundreds of kilometers, all the way to a Russian airbase. There, the drone targeted valuable military aircraft. Some reports claimed that as many as 41 Russian jets were damaged or destroyed. Moscow disputed the numbers, of course, but the message was undeniable. Drones can strike deep into enemy territory, even into places once thought untouchable. And the fear goes both ways. Russian civilians have witnessed drones heading toward Moscow itself. In some cases, the Russian military claimed to shoot them down just outside the capital. The psychological impact is huge. Suddenly, the war doesn't feel distant anymore. The battlefield is everywhere. So what does this all mean strategically? First, drones have become the beating heart of the air war. For Ukraine, survival depends on being able to intercept as many as possible. Losing even a handful of drones to critical infrastructure can mean days without electricity for entire cities. For Russia, drones offer a way to apply constant pressure at relatively low cost. They don't replace missiles or aircraft, but they complement them, stretching Ukrainian defenses thinner and thinner. But the bigger story is what this represents for the future of warfare. Drones are evolving from simple kamikaze machines into smart, networked weapons. They share data, they adjust in real time, and they operate in swarms. Add artificial intelligence to the mix, and you can imagine what's coming. Drones that don't just follow orders, but make their own decisions on the battlefield. The Ukrainian war is already a testing ground for these ideas. Every night, engineers on both sides are learning, adapting, upgrading. It's a brutal cycle of innovation where human lives are the test subjects. And the lessons won't stay in Ukraine. Militaries around the world are watching, taking notes, and planning their own drone strategies. The terrifying part? This is just the beginning. If drones today can stream data back to Moscow and dodge radar, what will they be able to do in 5 years? 10 years? Imagine swarms of 1,000 drones, each one cheap, fast, and smart enough to coordinate attacks on its own. Imagine drones small enough to fit in a backpack, yet powerful enough to take out tanks. Imagine skies filled with autonomous machines that can't be reasoned with, can't be bribed, can't feel fear. For Ukraine, the race is against time. Western allies are sending air defense systems, electronic warfare gear, and funding for research. But Russia keeps adapting. And Putin has shown that he is willing to pour resources into drones, because they deliver results. Every night in Ukraine is now a drone war. Civilians hear the buzz overhead and wonder, will this one be intercepted? Will it hit a power plant? Will it strike my home? And soldiers on the front lines know a single drone can reveal their position, summon artillery, or drop explosives directly on their trench. The psychological pressure is enormous. Drones are not just weapons, they are fear machines. So, what happens next? The outcome of this drone race could decide the course of the war. If Ukraine finds effective counters, it could blunt Russia's momentum and protect its people. If not, Russia may keep grinding down Ukraine's infrastructure until daily life becomes unbearable. But beyond Ukraine, this is a warning to the entire world. The age of drones is here, and it's only getting deadlier. What we are witnessing now, these two tricks, these adaptations, are the opening chapter of a new kind of warfare. We stand at the threshold of a future where wars may be fought less by humans and more by autonomous machines, where data links and electronic warfare matter as much as bullets and bombs, and where the balance of power is determined by who controls the skies filled with drones. Putin's two tricks, real-time data transmission and stealthy deception, may sound simple, but together, they represent a leap forward in how drones are used in combat. They make every night more dangerous, every defense more difficult, and every civilian more vulnerable. Ukraine is fighting back, but the stakes are enormous. And the rest of the world should be paying attention, because this is not just Ukraine's fight. This is a glimpse into the wars of the future. So, as you watch this unfold, ask yourself, what happens when these technologies spread? When every conflict, every border dispute, every terrorist group can unleash drones that are smart, connected, and almost impossible to stop. The future of war is being written right now in the skies over Ukraine, and it is being written by drones. If you found this video informative, make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share your thoughts in the comments. Do you think drones will completely replace traditional air forces? Or are they just another tool in an ever-expanding arsenal of modern war? Because one thing is certain, the drone race has only just begun.